fans and who that's from all over the world. This is Kyle T. Mosley with the Saints News Radio Network, giving you the Crescent City connection with all our Saints News Radio hosts. All right, Saints fans and who that's from all over the world. This is Kyle T. Mosley here in the Saints News Radio studio with none other than the professional. We haven't heard his voice in months. What's going on, Rim?
Oh, man, it's great to be back. It was great hearing that music, man. I know when I hear that music, it's that time of year again.
Yeah.
So, let's see where we're going this year, man. It's been a long. How many months has it been?
Gosh, what, 5-6 months? Too long since we last talked.
Had me up here watching basketball and Olympics, trying to get a fix and stuff, man, just to have some kind of sports in my life.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Well, how's everything down in New Orleans right now for you guys?
Man, fortunately, man, we were spared all of the rain, unlike a lot of the rest of the state of Louisiana. I mean, that's a lie. We were not spared the rain. We were spared the flooding.
The flooding,
we still got the rain.
Right.
So, but it seems like everybody surrounding us really didn't fare out so well. But if you remember, our Charita days, man, it was nothing like some Saints and LSU football to kind of like escape from that reality. So this time couldn't have come at a better time for a lot of our fellow, Louisianians.
Yeah. So, man, we're still praying for everybody, man. It's still a shock because just to think this is possibly the largest disaster in U.S. history, natural disaster in U.S. history. So,
right.
Yeah, we're praying for so many who are still without homes, don't know how they're going to get homes, don't know how they're going to lay their heads, some people as well. So our prayers are out there with you guys. I know everybody can attest to the lack of coverage in the national media, and here in Houston, we've noticed it as well. So, but we're still praying for everybody to make it through like we always do in the Louisiana area. So
that's what I was about to say, Kyle, man. You know how we are here. We'll be all right. I mean, it's a rough time, but we pull through things, and we just do what we have to do. We come together, and we make it happen. So it's going to be a rough, however long it takes, but you can believe we're going to survive it because we always do.
Yeah, definitely. Man, we're going to talk a little bit about the Saints tonight. From the West Bank to the East Bank, this is the Crescent City connection with all the Saints News Radio hosts. We try to give this to you during the preseason where everybody can get together. We're a little light tonight. A lot of people had other family obligations that they're doing. We should expect Barry Hirstius pretty soon, as well as the professor. He will be in the studio as well. And we may have a Charita the Diva sighting coming up, man. So that'll be exciting to hear her voice as well. Oh, man. So tonight we're going to give you a preview of the Saints-Steelers contest and give a recap of the debacle in Texas, in my opinion. There were some good things after watching the game a couple of times myself. I thought the Saints did do well, but still there are a lot of things that we need to see some marked improvement, especially with this third game and especially with our first offensive unit, not the defensive unit, Rim, the offensive unit. We need to come correct on offense now. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Bon Ton Travel. If you're looking for a great travel option with great discount prices and great to who-dats straight from Bon Ton Travel, call Andrea at 832-735-7755 to try to get your listing, or go to www.bontontravelnetwork.com. Also, if you need a new car, You could get a used car at Royal Honda with Nat LeBeau. Nat is their sales rep. He hooked up a pretty sweet deal for one of our friends' daughters going into a final year in high school, man. So she got a brand spanking new car rim. So if you want to check Nat out over at Royal Honda, it's 504-570-8413. And tell him you heard it on Saints News Radio. Go ahead.
I'll go see Nat, man, but I need that girl's mama, whoever it was who bought her a car, to show up there too.
I know. Hook a brother up, right? I'm right there with you, man. I'm like, hey, that's a pretty sweet deal. She got a nice little Honda Civic. So, but Rem, man, I was there in the Reliant NRG Stadium, and I witnessed the Houston Texans putting it to the New Orleans Saints on last Saturday night. My son and I were there with his little buddy. I got tickets for those guys. We went to the game, and a lot of people don't realize this. I don't believe the Saints have ever won inside that stadium. Preseason as well as regular season games. So that's pretty interesting fact that people don't really know. The Saints have always come out on the losing end when they visit Houston in this new stadium. So, and they're playing the Super Bowl here this year, so I don't know if we want to come play, right? So we'll check that out, man, and see how our boys can really do. And, Rem, did you get a chance to take a look at the game yourself? And what are your takeaways? What are some of your thoughts?
Oh, Lord. Yes, I did get to watch it. I have some bright spots. The defense has improved. There's some really good. I'm liking the what's his guy? I'm forgetting names now, Kyle. The new rookie receiver. I'm liking
Thomas.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas. I'm liking Thomas. And this guy, he has a name that sounds like an old Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. Yeah, everybody likes Tommy Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep, I got to say Jerry Lee Lewis to myself to kind of remember who he is. But Tommy Lee, yeah, I'm liking him. Some of the acquisitions, some of those defensive acquisitions seem to be working out. But as you know, all last season, I was always saying that the defense was the scapegoat anyway. So, and I think what we're seeing now from our offensive line and things like that it's just a manifestation of what I have been saying all along for the last couple of seasons about our offense not being potent enough. And I personally felt that the reason that our defense was doing some.
Remy?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay,
hey, Barry,
yeah.
I see you there. We'll get to you, Barry. Go ahead, Rem.
Yeah. The reason I thought our defense was doing so poorly last year was because they were on the field so much because the offense wasn't taking time to move the ball down the field. So, of course, if a team is on the field that long, eventually people will run all over you and run up points on you. So, and now we're seeing this offensive line that's not doing well, and a running game that's averaging like 2 yards a carry with an excellent running back like Mark Ingram. Come on. I mean, we got to improve. I'm hoping we see some better stuff. I'm hearing it on the radio that they're seeing improvement, but I want to see it on the field.
Yeah, we got to prove it out on the field. And no better test than coming this Friday night against the Steelers. And welcome to the panel, Barry Hirstius, the editor-in-chief from the Big Easy Believer, as well as our boy from Big Easy Blitz here on Saints News Radio. Welcome, Barry. How you doing, man?
How you doing, Kyle? Good to be here.
Good. I know you've been running all over the place, man. Good to have you in the studio.
Yeah, it's been a crazy day. A good friend of mine that I served in the military with passed on yesterday, and I got the news of that. Then I've been running around like crazy getting ready for my trip. I'm flying down to New Orleans Friday morning. Of course, I'll be at the game Friday night against the Steelers. I'll be at the game the following week against the Ravens to close out the preseason. And then once again, for a third consecutive week, I'll be at the Superdome for the home opener against the Oakland Raiders, covering all of those games. Big Easy Believer. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll also be my quote-unquote vacation while I'm down there. So if a hurricane doesn't come and ruin it, according to my brother.
Yeah, we were I was looking at that tropical depression out there. They don't know which way it's going to head into the Gulf.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and everybody in New Orleans, my brother, of course, lives there in Harahan, and he's already making preparations a week ahead of time, so getting a little ahead of himself. But as we've seen with the devastation that Louisiana has suffered in the last decade, it's hard not to have one eye on the weather all the time. So it's maybe a smart thing. So, but hopefully that won't be the case when I'm down there anyway.
Right.
I'm hoping Friday night that we see a big improvement over what you saw at Reliant Stadium, no question. Just to kind of backtrack off of what Remy said. For me, I have two big takeaways of this game. It's amazing, honestly, when you sit here and think about how bad this defense was. To come on here a few months later and say that I thought the defense was the least of their problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, you look at that. I mean, even with Rankins, even with losing Sheldon Rankins for 6 to 8 weeks, they didn't skip a beat. They looked great, and Nick Fairley stepped in there for Rankins and looked just as good. So I mean, and man, if Nick Fairley plays like that all year. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Look, I have no complaints whatsoever about the defense. It was the defense that kept them in that game. Otherwise they get their tails kicked in that game. So, for me, there's two big takeaways. There's no way, as an analyst, observer, fan, whatever you refer to yourself as, or however you view it, there's no way you couldn't come away with two main takeaways. A, this team is turning the ball over way too many times. Mm-hmm. That will get you beat in the National Football League every single time. You cannot turn the ball. In 2 games, the turnover ratio is -5. So you're not going to win any games in the National Football League when you turn the ball over that much.
Hold on, Barry. You say -5? So that means we have not taken the ball away but what? One time?
So when it turned it over 7 and it's taken it away twice.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's -5. So, but it's still bad. It's bad any way you split it up.
Right.
So we're talking about a -5 turnover ratio. And then, of course, as Remy touched on, the offensive line, man. Look, I don't want to beat a dead horse because I've caught a lot of heat this week. And Kyle, I know you see the articles, you see the comments and whatnot on social media, and I've taken quite a hit because a lot of people think I'm piling on, in my criticism of the Saints. But come on, let's call a spade a spade. Yeah. That street, it shouldn't even be out there anymore. I'm sorry. Yeah. Look, and maybe he'd be a great backup to mentor a guy, but to put him in there as a starter, knowing he's a liability, he is a liability to your success. Yeah. I mean, we saw what he did last year. When he got manhandled by J.J. Watt. He got manhandled by Jacques Smith at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the kid's name for Philadelphia. The defensive end for Philly just got a new contract. He manhandled him. I mean, look, he can not. I'm sorry. 10 years ago, he was one of the best.
J.J. Watt wasn't even in this game.
Look, man.
Yeah.
But Clowney.
J.J. Watt didn't even play this game.
Jadeveon Clowney. Who's getting hurt. That wasn't even a Jadeveon Clowney at full speed.
Yeah.
So I mean, now Pete, I totally get what's going on with him. The kid's head is swimming.